So the new landscape mixer in the neurofilters is amazing. Imagine looking at this image and saying, hey, I'd like to make it a bit more green and springy. Or maybe I'd like to make it look more meadowy and summery, or make it look like a desert. I can take this image and totally change it. The new landscape mixer is simply amazing. Let me show you how it works.
Yes!
So I'm going to go up to filter, down to neural filters. It's going to open up this large dialog box because Smart Portrait is automatically chosen. It's saying, hey, no faces were detected, which is fine. So I want to use the landscape mixer. Remember, you have to toggle them on, and then you can apply any of these presets over here, which is really amazing. Like if I say, hey, this is like kind of wintry, but I want it to be more wintry, I just click this and you'll see it's processing on the device. And then I get something that's a little bit more wintry. Now I have the ability, I can hit this reset icon and it will go back to what it was before, or I could just scroll down. It's like, oh, how about this wintry scene? Maybe make it look more wintry and a little more rocky. And there you go. Now, what if I said, I like where this is going, but I think I want it to look more springy. So I'm just going to click that and look at that. I mean, that looks really realistic. And then if I say I want it to be all covered in grass, I don't want any blank spots, I don't want the rocks, then I'll apply this one. See, this landscape mixer does a really good job a lot of the time. Now, sometimes it doesn't. I'll apply this desert scene. Like I want it to look more like a desert, orangey and sandy. And look, it does it. Now, one of the things I've noticed is when you apply these, sometimes in the blue sky, you get this real grainy looking effect, which I don't enjoy. And some of these just won't line up at all. But that's okay. Experiment. Figure out which ones are good for you with the images you shoot. I'm going to click OK on that one.
6.5 hours later.
And what I've done is I've toggled over to where I've applied several of the neural filters to this particular image. So I could just toggle through them very quickly for you. So here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one. And you can see that grain I was just talking about. Now, what's interesting is I'll just click and drag on the eyeballs, turn everything off but the original. I'll select that original. So I know you know how to go to edit and go down to sky replacement that they came out with last year. I show you in this video series how to download all these new sky packs so you can basically apply any sky you want. And it's very quick with the new GPU processing. So I'm going to click cancel to get out of that. Because again, I've already done it. So I can just turn on that sky replacement group. Remember, it loads everything as its own group in a folder with all of the masks for this particular image. So I can very quickly turn on, okay, that's a more spectacular sky. Then I can cycle through my options to see which one I like the best. I can turn that sky off. I can turn on this sky. Looks like that one's going to work really good with that dark sandy one, right? And then I can turn on, I'd have one more sky in here. It's just more of a bluer sky. And I actually like that sky a lot better than the original sky. It fills up the space more. It's brighter. I think it looks really nice. But again, I can just toggle through all of my new landscape foregrounds and see how that sky integrates with them. Do you see what I mean? You have so much variability in what you can do now. So let's take this image. We'll go over to Filter, Newer Filter, turn on the Landscape Mixer. So starting here, if I wanted it to look more like a daytime shot and also have a bit more greenery, I'll start with this image and see how that one got rid of all of the water. And then I'll try this third one. I like that one the best. I think that's pretty dramatic. You also have the ability to check Preserve Subject, and that's going to find the most important part of the image and it's going to mask it out, which I think usually does it too severely. Yeah, see, that's a whole different background, and now it's just the original image. A lot of times you can click Harmonize Subject, and it will try to blend it, but not as strong. But I still find that it doesn't work as well. So for what I like to do in those situations is I'll just uncheck those. I'll get something I like. I'll click OK. Remember, it's going to be output to its own layer. Everything's already applied on one layer. And then what I'll do is I'll go back to the background, maybe select subject, just select this area here, tweak the mask a little bit. You get the idea. You can make your mask however you like. I'll output that to a new layer mask, and I'll pull it above what we did, right? And then what I'll do is I'll go back to that layer mask with a brush and just custom 50%. Notice my opacity is up here. And I'll just custom blend in where I liked what it did. And the more I keep applying it, 50% on top of 50%, I can very quickly paint in where exactly I want the greenery to be growing. Maybe I want all of this to be kind of green, overtaking the actual castle. I'll hit 0 for 100%, because I really want it to encapsulate all of this. So remember, when you get back to the original image, you always have the ability to mask back in some part of this that you want, whatever part that may be. But notice how good of a job it did converting a night scene to a day scene with lots of foliage, because that's what I chose. Let's take this image and show you another use of the neural filters. Let's just look at this and say, overall, turn on landscape mixer. I would like this to be more in autumn. I want all those yellowy green leaves. I want it to look more like fall. Now notice what it does. It's actually going to recompute the entire image, which obviously has some post-processing to strip out all color in these rocks and water. So they're more black and white with just the yellow. And look at what it did. I'm going to click OK. And all I did was drag the autumn slider to 100%. Notice what it did. Look at the water right down here. It created rocks underneath the water, and it put lichen and fallen leaves on the rocks themselves. Now, it followed a lot of the architecture of the rocks underneath, but it created new rock architecture based on Adobe Sensei and the millions of images it's looking at to process this. Now, as I look at this, I think, well, that it looks a little flat to me now. So I would actually open up this image back in Camera Raw and make my own adjustments. Since it looks a little flat, I pull up the dehaze and the clarity. That's going to give me some mid-tone contrast and make things just a touch darker. Maybe pull up the blacks a touch, open up the shadows a touch, maybe make it overall a bit brighter, and maybe warm it up just a touch. Pull that exposure back down, and then I'll click OK. And wherever it doesn't look right, based on my photographic knowledge, like in here, these areas should be totally black, right? They're in the deepest crevices, but they're not rich in black. So you may have to go back in. I'll choose the burn tool. I'll choose shadows. And typically 10% is a great thing to start at with shadows. Right bracket key for a bigger brush. Because right in here, I'll click and click and click, because I know right in here should have a rich D-max. Same for right in here. Maybe somewhere in here we've got a little mist, and that's going to also give it some inherent contrast that makes the image look a bit more, believable, kind of passing over everything that looks like it's a little flat. We had this image, and then we just said make it 100% more fall, and this is what it came up with, and that's not bad. Bang bang baby, it's a new day. Hey, if you like this video and it helps, you can help me smack it, whack it, and crack-a-lack it. Take care. I like subscribers.
That's awesome. Whoa. Yes! Oh my God, I did. This is...
Hey, you stayed to the end. You know what that means? You're awesome. I'm talking about you. Now get out of here.